This is Joseph Phillips. This is a presentation on managing program changes for your PGMP certification. One of the first things you have to do as a program manager is understand why changes happen in a program. One of the fundamental reasons why is through documented change requests, that people have change requests. And this is very common in a program. Change is expected to happen in a program. You could have, though, unapproved changes that circumvent the change control at the program level, but also at the project level. Scope creep are tiny additions to the program or the project scope that circumvent change control because the changes seem small and innocent. These small, tiny changes, scope creep, are also known as program or project poison, because they take time and money away for deliverables that are in scope to focus on things that are actually out of scope. And then you also have the concept of gold plating. Gold plating happens when you reach the end of your program or the end of a project and there is still a balance in the budget. So rather than return this money to the customer, the program manager elects to add additional changes that have not been approved by the customer, not to make the program better, simply to consume the remaining funds in the budget. And that's called gold plating. It's something that we want to avoid as program and project managers. The effect of change can ripple throughout your entire program. Now, these are for changes that are approved, but also those changes we just talked about that are not approved or don't follow the prescribed change control system. Project and program changes can affect not only the current deliverables, but also the interrelated deliverables and benefits throughout the entire program. So you think about what happens in one project can affect what happens in other projects within your program. Now, the three big things that are affected by change will be your schedule, the cost, and the contract. Now, those are the three big things other than the program scope, of course. You need, as a program manager, to create a change control system. A change control system begins with a proposed change that will be documented through a change management system. So either a piece of software, or you could do it in a journal, but you could also do it in Excel or Word, something to that effect. But you need a change management system. Now, the change management system considers a change in what are the four primary areas the change will affect. So the scope, the schedule, the cost, or the contract. Now, a change could affect one, multiple, or all of these different areas of your program. For changes that affect the program scope, you also need to look at the configuration management system. It is the process of controlling changes to the program's product or its scope. Now, integrated change control happens for all changes within the program. It examines the effect of the change on the scope, on schedule, on cost and contract, but also on quality, human resources, on communications, and risk. So it examines all of the knowledge areas that we have in a project, but also in a program. Now, the integrated change control sends the change to the change log. These are for approved or declined changes because it creates a history of all of the changes that have been approved or that have been declined in the program. Now, if it's an approved change, you have to update the product scope, which means you may also have to update multiple project scopes, and likely it's going to trickle down to the work breakdown structure and the work breakdown structure dictionary at the project level. And of course, you may have changes to other project components, the project management plan, the quality management plan, risk concerns, and so on. And then that's the last step, that it follows through the entire program. You may have some project plans that need to be updated. Thank you.